Hey guys, my name is Dr. Natalie Lopez. I'm a chiropractor practicing out of Toronto. This is my old man pup, Raji. He likes to hang out a little bit. Don't scratch yourself in public. Okay. Today's going to be more about retraining the jaw muscles, because a lot of times with jaw specifically, just like you can be right-handed, you can also chew more on the right or left. We kind of end up using one side more and can have more predominant strength on one side versus the other, which can create some issues if you're able to catch my first video, because the jaw, although it has two different joints on your left and right, it does have to work together to open and close your mouth and to have those movements. So when you have different tension on either side, it can put a little bit more stress on one joint or different muscles versus the other. So that's why, the whole reason of the why we want to strengthen these muscles. I like doing what we call isometric exercises. So we're going to do gentle movements, kind of resisting the jaw movements, and doing them kind of opposite movements can be really helpful too. So for instance, opening your mouth and closing your mouth, resisting it afterwards, doing a 5-10 second hold, and then switching. So that's going to look like this. And you can go different levels. And you can also kind of do a little bit of that whole movement and then holding it at the end. So that one's going to be helpful. You don't want to be uppercutting or anything like that. Just gentle pressure. I like the fist here. You could do thumb. I just want it pokey. So once you've done that, like I was saying, you want to do an opposite movement to counteract that. So you want to kind of resist going up. And that's going to be your closing motion. So you want to resist it. It's a little bit awkward, this one I find. So I kind of hook on the bottom of my chin. And like I said, it's not a crazy amount of force, it's just a little bit. So another movement we want to work on is our side-to-side movements of our jaw. So just moving from one side, and it looks super cool, I know. You want to hold it for 5 to 10 second holds for each of these, and really keep it below a 2 out of 10 pain. You shouldn't be experiencing a lot of pain with these. So the other one is called protrusion. So it's jutting your chin forward. And then you're going to be bringing it back. So I find hooking on the angle of your jaw can be helpful. And then you're going to hold that one. So those ones you want to do back and forth from each other, just because it can be the most helpful to getting these muscles to kind of eccentrically, which means working on, getting more work in a lengthened position. So when you're opening your mouth, that's going to be kind of working the temporalis and the masseter in a lengthened position, which they're usually clenching and biting down. So other things we want to do is going to be retraining your mouth opening. So a lot of times, like I was saying, we tend to be more dominant on our chewing on one side. We also tend to do little habits like biting a pen, biting your nails, other things like that, that can put a little bit more stress on our jaw. So we want to try to retrain those jaw muscles. A lot of times with the jaw, fully open your mouth, you can have issues, especially if you've got disc issues or joint issues, where you shift or move in your jaw. So for me, I have disc issues, so as I move my mouth, I click and I shift to the one side. I don't know if you heard that, but what I like to do is kind of work on retraining, so putting my tongue on the roof of my mouth and opening my mouth. It looks a little silly, but it helps limit how much I'm opening, and especially if I do it in front of a mirror, it gives me the visual cue on how to work on retraining my jaw muscles. I don't have a mirror, so I don't know why I'm looking at my hand. But the other one I want to show you is called Mandibular-Condylar cross pressure. Really big fancy terms for literally holding your lower jaw and holding up close to your jaw joint. So it'd be kind of like this. So the reason that helps is because it gives you a little bit of an offset pressure, and we're going to do 5 reps on each side. And like I said, not crazy amount of pressure, or else you won't be able to control it. And you could do fingers, or you can even just do kind of your whole hand. So you don't get completely bored with me, I only did 3. So those are good ways to retrain those jaw muscles so they get used to actually opening more symmetrically than you know, what they might be, where they're like, okay, we're gonna predominantly use my right side or my left side. That way you kind of trick them and get them to work in different ways they're not used to. But yeah, so those are kind of the summary of retraining your muscles in your jaw. Of course, there's going to be specific things for your case, but I hope this helps out. But thank you so much for tuning in. If you really like this video, please hit like or subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!